Yes, people, welcome back to Transfer Talk. Welcome to the Magpie Channel TV. Please smash that like button and subscribe while you're here if you haven't already, because we're on the road to 20,000. Or Newcastle on the road to finding a new winger. Not quite, not as it stands today, because another bid went in for a player and another bid rejected for a player. This time it is Leeds United's Jack Harrison. He seems to be our alternative to Moussa Diaby. Now it looks like we've been priced out of a move for Moussa Diaby, and Leeds United are trying to price us out of a move for Jack Harrison. Quickly on Diaby, they wanted 60 million for him. Bayer Leverkusen, his club, wanted 60 million for him. Newcastle didn't think he was worth that. They were aiming to pay about 45, 50 tops for him. Probably not even 50, to be honest. Diaby himself said he's happy to stay because he's got the World Cup this year in Qatar for France, and he's got Champions League football at Bayer Leverkusen. So Newcastle are looking close at their home now. Premier League proven players. Jack Harrison is one of them. Obviously he's been at Leeds United for a couple of years now. He's got a good goal scoring record as a winger for Leeds United. Put the stats on the screen now. It was 10 goals in all competitions last year for Leeds. Predominantly a left winger, but he can play across the front three, can play on the right wing comfortably. He's also played as an attacking midfielder before. His time in America at New York City under Patrick Vieira, now Crystal Palace manager, he was the manager of New York at the time, said Harrison had a brilliant footballing brain and could be deployed behind the striker very well. So he would slot in nicely there. Obviously it would be, what would Newcastle do? Would they stick him on the left, St. Maximin on the right, stick Harrison on the right? It would be an option. You know, it's something Howe would have to work on the training ground and see what fitted best. But let's not get carried away and start thinking of formations and tactics just yet with Harrison involved in the Magpies squad, because Leeds have rejected a £17 million plus add-ons bid from Newcastle so far. Newcastle are looking to maybe take that up to around £25 million, but Leeds value him at £35 million. Now Leeds aren't happy to sell Harrison after they've lost two of the best players, well, their two best players undoubtedly, this summer in Phillips to Man City and Rafinha to Barcelona. This is the sticking point for me. I just don't think Leeds want to let go of their third best player. If they've sold their top three players this summer, it's putting out the message that anybody at Leeds United has got a price, which is true. Now it's football, it's business, everybody has got a price. But allowing Harrison to leave as well, that would really upset the fans, really upset that group of players, the core group of players. And I mean, Leeds are reinvesting in their squad from the sales they've recouped from Rafinha and Phillips. But with Harrison, they want to keep him. They really do want to keep him. But Harrison himself said on the pre-season tour last week in Australia, after Leeds got beat off Aston Villa, asked about his potential move to Newcastle, he said, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So Jesse Marsh had to come out and defend him on that one and say, oh, it was just a slip of the tongue, you know, his future lies here. But then Marsh even pointed out himself that if big bids came in for their big players, they would have to look at doing business, because he said that is the nature of the game. So Leeds would sell. If you're going to put in 30, 35 million, Leeds will sell, but not 20 to 25 million. They're not going to sell him at that. Is Harrison worth 30, 35 million? I mean, he is coming into the Premier League's career. He's still only 25, so he's mid-20s. He's got a good goal-scoring record in the Premier League from the wing, like I've said, in a Leeds United team that's battled relegation last year, and then albeit in the first season of Bielsa did well back in the big time. But he is good from the wing. He has got good numbers stats-wise in the Premier League. He's proven in this league already. England, he played for the under 21s. So in the modern day market, you know, I mean, people are saying 35 million, what? Like, modern day market, we paid 25 million for Chris Wood. Do you know what I mean? It's a modern day market. You look at what players are going for this summer at other clubs. Big money, it's the way it is these days. So I would say he's probably worth about 28 million. Something like that would be fair, I would say. Newcastle looking to pay no more than 25. Will go back in. You could try and do a 25 plus add-ons, or you could try and do 25 or 20 plus a player. Any players that, you know, Leeds would take off our hands. I'm not sure, to be honest, looking at their squad. They've made some reinforcements this year. But Harrison, he is a decent player. He would be a good option. He could chip in with goals and assists, which we desperately need going into this season, because he is a big improvement on our rest of our squad. You know, you look at if it's Almiron starting on the right wing against Forest in a couple of weeks, if it's Ryan Fraser or Jacob Murphy, Harrison's numbers are much better than those, so he is an improvement. But maybe because we've had Diaby in with sights, it's not as exciting or tantalising. And you look at other options out there. I mean, Maxwell Cornet has apparently got a 17.5 million release clause. I'd be tempted just to go for Cornet if we're only looking to pay that much money. Because Cornet's numbers last year were very good for Burnley in a struggling side. you look at Dennis or Assar from Watford. Those are the ones that are likely, I think, for Newcastle now. Of course, unless we get a young talent as well, like that Sesko that was linked yesterday. But Harrison could be coming to Newcastle. Bid rejected. Will Newcastle go back in for a second bid? Remains to be seen. Smash that subscribe button on the Magpie Channel TV and the little bell, and you'll get notified if anything does happen with Jack Harrison, as we'll bring you all the transfer updates here throughout the summer. Cheers for watching, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.